I'm Daniel Garling from Area Pest Control. Welcome to episode 1 of our mini-series on food hygiene ratings. If you're an owner or a manager of a restaurant, takeaway, commercial kitchen or any other business that is given a food hygiene rating, this mini-series is going to be extremely useful not only to you but also your staff in helping to achieve a 5-star food hygiene rating. So coming up in this episode, we'll be looking at the Food Standards Agency's Food Hygiene Rating Scheme, and I'll be going over the key areas with you. So this is what the sticker should be looking like. That's going to go in your window and your rating online. This is one you want to avoid, really. Okay, so the scheme is put in place to help the public choose where to eat and shop for their food by giving them clear information about your business's hygiene standards. The Food Standard Agency runs the scheme in partnership with the local council, and they'll be sending out an environmental health food officer to inspect your business. So following the inspection, the environmental health officer will give your business a rating from 5 to 0 so that the public can make an informed choice about where to buy their food from. So these are the ratings. I'm going to start with number 5. So if you get a 5, your standards are very high, they're exceptionally high, so then that covers a whole host of things which I'll go through in a minute, and this is what we're looking to achieve. Obviously everybody's looking to achieve this. If you get a 4, your hygiene standards are good, there's a bit more room for improvement, but generally you're on top of everything. And then if you're going down the scale, so 3, hygiene standards are generally satisfactory, but you could tighten up on a few things. Number 2, some improvement is necessary. And as a customer, I'd be getting a little bit worried about eating somewhere with a 2. I'd be thinking perhaps their hygiene isn't up to scratch, perhaps they don't have a pest controller in place. And then moving on to 1, so major improvement is necessary. At this point, things are looking a bit dire. You're going to have to put some major investment in, tighten up on some procedures, get some staff training. And then 0, urgent improvement is required. And it could be at this point, if you're getting scored at a 0, that you might have to do a voluntary closure or even a forced closure to rectify some of the issues that have been picked up during the inspection. Okay, so your rating is then added to the Food Standard Agency's website, and this is live for anybody to log on. They'll type the name of your business in, and it will come up with your food hygiene rating and the 3 main reasons why you've got that rating. And also you'll be given a sticker to go on the window. So good or bad, your rating is available for the public to see, so it's good to try and achieve the highest one possible. Okay, so do you need a hygiene rating? Inspections are carried out and ratings are given to places where food is sold, consumed or supplied, such as restaurants, takeaways, pubs and cafes, as well as schools, academies and care homes. There are a lot more outlets than this, but the ratings apply too, but they'd be considered some of the main ones. So what happens during an inspection? The environmental health officer will check 3 main elements. Is the food being handled hygienically? And this is broken down to how food is being prepared, cooked, reheated, cooled and stored. The second one is the condition of the premises, and this is both front and back of house. So your serving area, your dining area and your kitchen and storerooms, etc. And they'll be looking for cleanliness and how tidy the areas are, what pest control procedures you have in place, do you have a pest control contractor, the layout of the area, ventilation and even down to the lighting. The third one is how your business manages ways of keeping food safe. And they'll be looking at processes, staff training, are the systems you have in place up to scratch to ensure good hygiene is maintained. From these 3 elements, the officer can then assess the level of confidence in standards being maintained going forward in the future. To achieve the top food hygiene rating, your business must do well in all 3 elements. If you do not achieve a 5-star rating, the officer will explain the necessary actions that are needed to improve your rating. They'll issue you with a report for this, and they'll expect you to upgrade certain things, get procedures in place before their next visit to make sure you've done what they've told you to. So what happens if you get a low rating? I mean, if you're issued sort of like a 0, God forbid, or even a 1, it's not very good. There's not a lot of confidence there from the health inspector, and there certainly probably wouldn't be a lot of confidence from your customers either to come into your establishment and eat the food. So businesses that are given a low rating must carry out urgent and sometimes major improvements to the standard of hygiene within the premises. However, if the officer finds an imminent risk to public health from, for example, a pest infestation of cockroaches or rodents, or food that is unsafe to eat, there are a number of enforcement options available to them. This is to ensure improvements are made and can result in stopping part of the business trading or closing down completely until the improvements have been made and it's safe to reopen. And that's not a stage you want to get to, because you're losing trade. The business's reputation might be tarnished because you've got an enforcement notice on the front door. It's a situation you don't want to get to. And watching these mini-series, we'll be going through checklists and a number of things that's going to help you to avoid this situation and keep you with a high food hygiene rating. So how often will my business be inspected? So your business is could be inspected anywhere from 6 months to 2 years, depending on what risks there are, if it's a high food risk business or a low food risk business. So each local authority has a yearly inspection programme. The frequency of the inspections does, as I've said, depend on risk to public health really. So each time there is an inspection, a new hygiene rating is given by the officer. So you could have had a 4 last time. If you've complied with the report and carried out some of the issues on there, you may go up to a 5. But also, if you've got a 5 and then things are slipped, you may well come down to a 4. Depending on what the officer sees at the time of the inspection, they can monitor you in between the full inspections, and these monitoring visits can sometimes reveal causes for concern. If that's the case, then they will carry out a full re-inspection there and then, and again issue you with a new food hygiene rating. So this isn't like a one-off thing. When you go get your car MOT and then you've got 12 months, it could be that they're going to pop back within the 12 months to just check on things, and as I said, they would re-inspect if they had cause for concern. So you need to be on top of this all the time. So that brings us to the end of episode 1. I really hope this has been useful to you. Coming up in episode 2, we'll be looking at the Food Standard Agency Safer Food, Better Business Pack, and we're going to go through that section by section, and we'll be joined by a special guest brought in to help you guide you through what is needed to achieve a 5-star rating. So it's not one to be missed. So hit the subscribe button now to make sure you don't miss the next episode. There will also be a link in the description as soon as it's been uploaded. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.